I'm Reverend Alvin Herring, and if you were to ask me who I am, most days I would say I'm just an ordinary cat. And I'm a person who has tried to, over the course of my almost 70 years, bring all that I can think to bear and bring to this endeavor to be a co-creator in a better world. For me, in my imagination, I imagine myself as a traveler. I'm on a road and on a journey, and I can't always see what's around the bend or around the corner or down in the valley or up in the hill, but I trust this journey and I trust myself to put one foot in front of another and to keep searching. I'm hoping at the end of the day, I find me, the real me, the one that's not imagined by someone else, but the one that's imagined by myself. It's really not every day when you get a chance to kind of sit down in a different space with your mind and your head focused on what is good and clear about this moment. I think we've been trained to get tight and anxious in moments like this, when in fact, we should be doing the opposite. We should be unleashing our creativity and coming to understand that moments like this provide abundant opportunities for us to see the world differently, see ourselves differently, and co-create a better present and joyfully co-create a better future. So when I think of Kohado, I think about those things. I think about the transformative power of acquiring a different perspective. I think about what happens to people when they come to know something that perhaps they've known deep down inside, but get a chance to bring that to the surface. And once bringing it to the surface, they get to discover in an aha moment that they've been right about some things all along. I think Kohado reaffirms that. I think the other thing that I think about when I think about Kohado is how we are programmed to see the world in such a way that keeps us perpetually anxious. It keeps us perpetually coming up short, judging ourselves against a yardstick that is not of our own creation, but comes out of the imagination of someone else, someone who seems to be more determined to hurt us, hurt our planet, and hurt the potential of human beings. But when we step into a different space, when we play this game or have the moments of clarity and moments of kind of peace and joyful community, we come to understand that we should be co-creators in our present. We should be dreaming with an amazing imagination about the future to come. And we should be building ourselves up and emboldening ourselves to courageously enter into relationships with one another, predicated on a whole different set of moral values. I think when I think of Kohado, I think about the deep mining of compassion. I think about us trying to really go as far as we can to understand our connectedness to one another. I think about really acquiring a different kind of more deeper embrace of grace and generosity. I think of us resolving some of the critical conflicts we have, using a different strategy where we're not trying to win or having our perspective or our opinion prevail, but where we're trying to understand the other and maybe embrace the other's perspective, see it from a different point of view. And then upon releasing some of the ways in which we might be stuck, we begin then, I think, to understand our deepest connection, not just with one another, not just with the planet, not just with the great plan to have a coherent, loving, and amazing universe, but we come to have a deeper connection with the moments that we're living in. And not to oversell Kohado, because I don't think that's necessary. What I do want to double down on is the potential for acquiring a different perspective and the opportunity to work with that with other people. And then the jubilation that comes when you recognize, hey, I've seen some things clearly, correctly all along, and I've cleaned up some things that perhaps I didn't see clearly and correctly. And now I stand in a different place. That's Kohado. There's a call coming up. And the effort is to bring as many people as we can to a moment where we get to share in kind of a technological cloakroom, if you will, with one another, not only how we're seeing this moment, but how we intend to overcome. And I think, the call is an invitation for us to drop the mask that we might be wearing, to step outside of the doom and gloom that's been thrust upon us, not of our own creation, to recognize that in every moment is the prospect and the opportunity for us to make it our best moment. I'm going to be on that call because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to have to experience this moment, as tough as it might be, by myself. And I want to have my creativity, my genius, if you will, the genius that resides in me, along with the genius that resides in others. I want us to be in a space where we can share that with one another. I think the call will be a wonderful opportunity for us to come in our naive self, our self that we came into the world with, that says that regardless of what happens, it's all going to work out in the end. The self that says that good prevails because good is the best of who we are. The self that says even when we step wrong or step ill or in the wrong direction, we have everything at our disposal to turn it around and go in a better direction. I want to be on the call because I don't believe what I've been told, what you've been told, that there are things operating above and beyond our capacity to control them, or above and beyond our capacity to inform them. I want to be on the call because I believe in the power of everyday people, the power that we have in our imaginations, the power that we have in our deep wells of compassion and grace and love, the power that we have to organize ourselves and to take on the challenges that are in front of us. They say it's not organizing if you're not talking about power. And I believe even though we may not always describe moments like the call will create as power building moments, I think that's exactly what they are, because they give us a chance to experience the one amazing true power that everyday people have. And that's the power of a loving community, even the power of a curious community, or the power of an anxious community that is anxious to see something change and see something better. It's that power of community that motivates me to want to be on that call. I'm hoping it's going to motivate you as well. I hope to see you on that call.